You've got mail.
As Kathleen Kelly might say, well, if she lived in 2026 and had an ever so slightly concerning online book buying habit, wow, that was a mouthful, don't you just love book mail?
You wait for the mailman by the door as soon as you see those 3 little words, out for delivery, especially because 9 times out of 10, the delivery, at least for me, is books. You walk inside, immediately grab the nearest pair of scissors, or honestly anything sharp, and that sound of cardboard opening and smell of the freshly printed book pages. Honestly, what more could a girl want? Now, technically, I know I should be supporting my local bookstores more often than importing books from England. It just so happens to be one of my favorite hobbies, though. I know we all say it, the don't judge a book by its cover, but honestly, why are they making them so pretty then? Isn't that the entire job of the illustrator? Sorry, I just saw my cat and completely lost my train of thought. I need to go swoon over him for just a second and then I'll show you what I mean.
You're still the one I run to, the one that I belong to. You're still the one I want.
Anyway, where was I? Yes, so yesterday I just got back from my trip to Rhode Island, which was amazing. It was freezing cold, but it was so beautiful. And I returned home to quite a lot of book mail. I thought it would just be so fun to spend the evening together, starting with opening my summer book mail. Find somewhere to get cozy.
To begin, we need a few essentials. Scissors to avoid paper cuts because the cardboard is just inherently rude. Something cold to drink, and my library stamp, so these books can become officially adopted into the family.
You are my sunshine on a rainy day. You are the one who takes my breath away.
All right, let's see what showed up, because I genuinely forgot what half of these are. I ordered them so long ago. But honestly, aren't there few things better in the world than parcels full of books? Also, the word parcels being so much more romantic than packages. Parcels full of books. Ooh, okay, these ones must be secondhand. Oh, I'm so excited for these! Sophie Kinsella is a rom-com goddess. Oh, okay, you know what these are? These are rainy day emergency books. I've been intentionally saving both of these Sophie Kinsella books because I know that they're going to feel like the book equivalent of a warm hug. If I'm ever having a bad day or I'm stressed out of my mind and I just need to escape, Sophie Kinsella books are usually what I reach for. This is Can You Keep a Secret? And this is 20s Girls. Because these are used, I kind of feel like I'm borrowing them from a woman in the early 2000s who had like a pink flip phone and wore glittery lipstick and spent her evenings on a weekend ordering in pizza and watching rom-coms. I like to imagine who I got these from, and I almost feel like I'm getting wisdom from her as I read. This one has a name inscribed. Maybe I'll find little other snippets of who she was. I love secondhand books. This one I think is from Waterstones. Let's see if we can get it all in one go. That was a crisp one. Oh, I'm so excited for this. Yep, I know why I ordered this one. This is just brimming with whimsy. I'm a sucker for a beautiful cover, you guys. I do judge books by their cover. I actually do like the US cover, but I just feel like it just doesn't compare. This is Thistlemarsh by Morea Corrigan. This book looks like it's meant to be like a cozy spring summer read, but it also looks a little bit threatening with the snake on the front. What is that about? Why are you there? While I was in Rhode Island, I was there with a friend and I asked her if she happened to have any recommendations for books that felt like early 2000s rom-coms. And she told me Picking Daisies on Sundays by Liana Cincotti. Obviously, I trusted my friend Kelsey's recommendation. I just wanted to do a little bit more digging, so I got on Instagram and TikTok and I searched for books that feel like early 2000s rom-coms, and guess what book was recommended more than any others? This one right here. If Kathleen Kelly was a real person. I feel like this book would absolutely speak to her if she saw it on a table at a bookstore. Have any of you guys read this one? You probably have. I feel like some of you have actually recommended it to me before. Oh! This is another Sophie Kinsella book. I love this cover. Look at how sunshiny and happy it is. I have read this one. I love this one. I think I ordered it because I needed a physical trophy because I listened to the audiobook. At this point, I'm gonna have a whole shelf dedicated to Sophie. Honestly, she deserves it. I love ordering books from England because I often like the covers better than the ones in the US. Let's see what this one is. It's even prettier in person. It's, oh my goodness. I feel like it's a dream or like a daydream. It's going to decay in front of my eyes because I know this book is for the dark gothic girlies. I'm not sure if that makes any sense, but I know that a lot of people don't love this, but there's a select group of people who really do love it. And I think I might be in that group. Just looking at the cover, it's feeling very Crimson Peak to me. Shall we read the first sentence together? No corpse could be left to lie long enough for maggots, but there were leeches. There must be leeches. Oh, that almost gave me goosebumps. Let's do the next Blackwell's one. Oh! If cozy was a physical, like tangible thing, I feel like it would be this book cover right here. Stay for a Spell by Amy Coombe. This cover, I feel like it was engineered in a lab specifically to target me. Okay, it's about a princess who doesn't want to be a princess, but one day as she's doing a routine visit to this little town, her dream comes true as she's able to kind of sneak into this bookstore, but then she actually finds out that she's cursed to stay in this bookstore until she can find her heart's true desire. Because what else could a girl want besides a prince? What have we got here? Stop it right now. These are not books. These are enchanted, whimsical artifacts found beneath an ancient library. I'm so sorry I'm being rude. I'm not showing you guys. This is The Forgotten Beasts of Eld by Patricia A. McPhillip. I feel like she communicates with animals more comfortably than she does with humans, and I can so relate to that. It's the winner of the World Fantasy Award, and this is Alphabet of Thorn. I am obsessed. Oh my gosh, the back is even prettier. This is what I want my fantasy to feel like. Am I crazy? He is indeed just floating in the air, right? And there's a fish. Okay, but I think we have to do it on this one. I've got to do it. Ooh, that's very woodsy. That's like the wood aisle at Home Depot. Let's see if this one is just as woodsy. No, see, that one's totally different smell. What is that? Maybe we should try it with a used book. Ooh, it's a little bit bitter, almost like a mixture of wood and alcohol. I don't drink alcohol, so I'm not quite sure if that's right. Just a little PSA that not all books smell the same.
The books were exciting, but if you ask Pippin, I think he'd say that the real prize was the cardboard. He had somehow claimed not only the cardboard, but even the TV as his throne. I also just really wanted to take a second to thank you guys, those of you who watched my last video. I talked about perfectionism and that all or nothing mindset that I've been struggling with just a little bit. So many of your comments were so sweet. I want you to know that that pressure that I was talking about to do the best that I can do doesn't come from you guys. You guys are the best. Do you know that? I adore you guys. The pressure comes from myself. It comes from my brain. Just a girl who's still trying to figure out how to live up here. I've always been someone who wants to challenge myself creatively, and I do really love that part of myself. I honestly think that's a huge part of why I love creating in the first place, but it can also get in the way sometimes. I gave myself 4 days to edit that video, but I did not keep to those 4 days, I am sorry to say, or even 5 or even 6. I honestly think it was more like 7 or maybe even 8. But that's when I realized that I think maybe my creativity process isn't something I should be measuring like that in the first place, because when I finished that video, it was exactly what I wanted to make. And I wouldn't have had that experience with it if I forced it out in 3 or 4 days. So To update my goal, I think I'm gonna allow myself to lean in and follow whatever creative vision I have for that specific video. Does that make sense? Like on a grand scale and also on a small scale. I noticed myself thinking that when something takes less effort, my brain immediately wants to label it as less than. And I was like, oh my gosh, I never noticed that about my brain before. This is what I'm saying. I'm still learning how to live up here. So I've framed it in my mind as a smaller painting can still be just as beautiful, meaningful, and impactful as a giant mural on the wall. One isn't automatically better just because it took more time and has more detail. That shift in my mindset has helped so much. And I don't think that I would have even had that thought or been thinking that way if it wasn't for what I've been doing in therapy recently. You guys know what's coming, don't you? Which is why I'm so excited to be working with BetterHelp on this video. Officially speaking, this video is sponsored by BetterHelp. Therapy is so great. It's been helping me so much with the idea that I don't have to become less creative or less ambitious because I don't ever want to lose that part of myself, but because I'm learning that big, small, and everything in between can still hold value and meaning and magic. Therapy is what's helped me become more aware of these patterns and embrace them with a little bit more balance and grace. If you've been thinking about trying therapy, BetterHelp makes it so incredibly easy to get started and a lot less intimidating. You just take a really quick quiz and they'll match you with a licensed therapist. And if it's not the right fit, you can easily switch therapists at no extra cost. I also really love that you can communicate however you feel comfortable, whether that be phone call, video call, text message. So if you'd like to get started, you can use the link down in the description or go to betterhelp.com/Desi to get 10% off your first month. I've just changed into some comfier clothes because it's that time of the evening where I just need to be in something comfy and cozier. And as I was doing that, I was thinking, you know what this evening needs? We need to go on a sunset walk, stop at the bookstore, pop in to grab some magazines. But first, there's something in here that I need. Where are you? There you are. It made me want to document our walk to the bookstore in a way that feels like home videos from 1998. Let's do a little camera inception here. This is my petition for us to all start using camcorders again. I feel like I immediately turn into a child the second I get hold of one though. Give me access to a camcorder and within approximately 30 seconds, everything around me looks like a poor attempt at wildlife cinematography. And yeah, that window, that's all cat snot from Pippin. I promise we cleaned it like 2 or 3 days ago. That's me. Hi, baby. Cool. There's just something about the first evenings of summer. Maybe it was the warm weather, or maybe it was my favorite friendly neighborhood gargoyle. I still need to give this guy a name, or maybe he already has one. Leave tonight and live and die this way. I think sunsets are one of the most beautiful things in the world. Try to never miss a sunset. They'll make you feel so good inside. When we were driving in your car, speed so fast I felt like I was drunk. City lights lay out before us, and your arm felt nice wrapped around my shoulder, and I had a feeling that I belonged. I had a feeling I could be someone, be someone, be someone. The sun had just set, but the sky was still putting on a show. Oh, I love blue hour. I wasn't at all ready to leave the sky, but fortunately there was one place I loved almost as much. When I'm with you, I feel like I'm inside a rainbow. When I'm with you, I feel like I'm inside a rainbow. That smells like my childhood. Have a wonderful night, and we open it 10 a.m. tomorrow. Oh my gosh. Thank you again. Maybe it's the former bookstore employee in me, but I've always loved bookstores at closing time. Everyone left inside has made a conscious decision not to be anywhere else. And honestly, getting the place almost entirely to myself is probably the closest I'll ever come to living in a bookstore, unfortunately. I did leave with a stack of magazines, then I stopped for a peppermint tea and put on my current hyperfixation song. I've been an MJ girl since pretty much birth, which means every so often I spend about 3 weeks listening to absolutely nothing else. Anyway, I'm gonna head home and we're gonna bake some cookies.
Did you have a busy day today? Rushing to meetings, trying to take care of business, taking care of everything except yourself. Well, now's the time you need to do that, don't you think? Kick off your shoes, take off the tie, sit back, relax and enjoy.
So what do you do? My companies. What kind of companies?
I've been slowly developing this recipe and adjusting it until it has become what I can best describe as bookstore cookies. Oh, or also rainy night reading cookies. That has a nice ring to it as well, doesn't it? They're originally based on a recipe from Hannah Atkins, who makes the loveliest videos in the Cotswolds. I'll link her below. Definitely go check her out. The best way I can describe them is that they taste like bookstores smell. Allow me to present my evidence. The list of ingredients includes cinnamon and nutmeg, which are like the warm spices from the bookstore cafe, like chai. Cocoa powder is obviously, right, the mahogany wood bookshelves. And then add in some coconut sugar and chocolate chips for comfort and warmth. And then somehow when you put all of these together, they become the cookie equivalent of wandering around a bookstore on a rainy evening. They're not too sweet, they're a little salty, but I'm still struggling to describe them. They're completely their own thing. One of my favorite things about this recipe is that it only makes exactly 5 cookies. Not 4, not 6, 5. Which feels like exactly the right amount for one person, a good book, and a nostalgic rom-com.
The cookies need about 10 minutes in the oven, and I have taken it to the masses, you guys, because I cannot decide what to read tonight. I'm the most indecisive human on the planet. I really would love the gothic vibes of Inamorata. People are really loving it or really hating it, saying that it's disgusting and gross and gothic, and for some reason that really intrigues me. I want to know what that means. What do you mean by that? But if this is an early 2000s rom-com in book form, that also just sounds so good and lighthearted and happy and sunshiny. But also Thistlemarsh is a fairy tale, and I always, no matter what reading mood I'm in, I always am down to read a fairy tale. So I'm trusting you guys with my fate. I posted a poll a few hours ago, so let's see what I will be reading tonight. I feel like I already know what you guys chose because I know you guys so well. I was right. The winner is Picking Daisies on Sundays, which actually is quite short. I might be able to read this all tonight. Maybe I should just have a night of it. Also, if you saw a hole in my pants down here, no you didn't.
Didn't
Okay, I've officially reached the point where I am fully invested. This is so cute and so fun and so 2000s. It's so good. Don't you love that feeling of starting a new book? It was raining outside just a little bit. It didn't last long. It only lasted like 10 minutes, which is so typical Utah, but it's just the best feeling, which is actually perfect timing that I've been loving this because I've discovered something recently that has made reading physical books even more fun. Let me show you.
A few weeks ago, I discovered the most adorable little hobby called book scrapbooking. And it's exactly what it sounds like. You take photos that feel like the book and scrapbook them inside the cover. I first saw this from the Common Room shop on TikTok, and I immediately wondered how I had never thought to do this before. And honestly, this whole thing felt a little bit like making my own magazine spread or decorating a school binder in 2004, which probably explains why I loved it so much. At this rate, I don't know if it's going to be more book or scrapbook by the time I'm finished with it. You guys, I intentionally stayed up until 3 a.m. and finished the whole book. I was so immersed but conflicted. I think that's the best way to put it. The setting in New York City during the summertime with a girl who's in fashion school and a guy who teaches a Jane Austen class at NYU, baseball games, movie nights, the whole overall summer rom-com vibe was 10 out of 10. I hate to say it, but the characters made me want to throw the book against the wall. I think because I'm the oldest of 4 girls, I spent over half of the book just wanting to big sister Desi. I just wanted to grab her and shake her and be like, what are you doing, girl? I just didn't have the best time being in her head. But I do think the main thing, unfortunately for me, was that the romance relies heavily on a trope that is one of my least favorite tropes in any type of book, even nonfiction. Like, this is just something I hate. It's like nails on a chalkboard the whole time that I'm reading it. I'm gonna put a daisy up on the screen right now because I don't want to spoil anything. A trope may or may not spoil it for you. And so I'm gonna put a little daisy here, and while the daisy is up, I'm gonna be talking about the trope, and then I'll take the daisy away when I'm done talking about it. But the trope is the miscommunication trope. I was so rooting for them to get together. But then as it became more and more obvious that miscommunication was the core issue, it wasn't even like a third act issue. It was just continually throughout the book, they weren't communicating. And then there's this big bit at the end. This all because of a miscommunication. Sorry, I just keep throwing this book around. There we go. Overall, I think I would rate this 2.5 or 3 stars. But I want to read anything else this author writes because I loved the writing. Like I said, I loved the setting, the aesthetic, the vibes. Everything was so good. The wholesomeness, the sweetness. This is closed door, so there was no spice, but there was still yearning and tension. Loved all of that. So I do want to continue to read from this author. And in a way, I still did have a really good time reading it. I think sometimes there can be a difference between loving a book and loving the experience reading a book. Did I love the romance? Not so much, but I still had a really good time reading it. I was up until 3 because I couldn't put it down. And I love when that happens. So I loved the experience still. And I think that's going to be my memory of this book. I think that still counts for something. Anyway, I am gonna go make some matcha. Oh, this camera is getting heavy. I will see you guys very soon in another video. Get this strap out of there. This is just chaos now. Anyway, where was I? I'm gonna go make some matcha, probably have a big fat bowl of cereal, and start editing this video. Anyway, I love you guys, and I will see you very soon in another video. Bye, friends.